Topic is about the undervalued China's currency, the yuan, and the implications it can bring. The reason for the undervalued yuan manipulated by China is because China wants to be able to export their goods at a cheaper rate. China is competing with countries like Brazil, Russia, and India, amongst others, for exporting goods with the low value of yuan. China is able to gain a competitive edge compared to these countries. After our research, we have categorized the effects into three parts.
The first implication is the currency war. There may be currency war because other countries whose currency is rising or high will also feel threatened by the undervalued yuan and see China as a strong competitor. This might lead to either countries following China's example and manipulating their currency, or putting pressure on those countries that are already doing it. A clear example of this would be the United States of America. USA clearly shows their displeasure towards China and wants China to let its yuan appreciate, because by keeping the yuan undervalued against the dollar, US exports to China are becoming more and more expensive as the dollar becomes increasingly stronger. This would affect US export revenue.
The second implication is how inflation in China may lead to complications. Cost-push inflation might occur eventually as it affects China directly via imported consumer goods or indirectly via imported raw materials. The possibility of inflation in China can cause implications on the global economy. China, being a major economic figure in the world, can cause significant effects on other world economies should their own economy face any crisis. Inflation in China's economy would mean that the fall in the value of yuan would cause the value of China's export to fall. Thus, such countries such as the USA, which imports China goods, will spend less. The undervalued yuan currency would also mean that money will be remitted back to China. This is because when China nationals work overseas, a portion of their salaries that they receive will be remitted to their home country. The salary that they receive will then be converted to the yuan currency in the process, which therefore allows them to earn more money. With more Chinese workers working abroad in countries like USA, Canada, and Australia, the economies of these countries will be affected. Their GNP will be greatly reduced as many Chinese nationals will remit their money back to their country.
The undervalued yuan will significantly affect the global economy. This can thus be seen from our research as it shows various external effects of how the undervalued yuan will affect the world's economy.
Thank you.